Hi again, this is Sonia from Your Vegan Guide, and this is actually part 2 to a video that I just recorded. I had actually gotten interrupted, and I was giving basically 3 tips for how to create a really powerful mindset when you want to achieve any goal, but really particularly I'm talking about for people who want to go vegan. And my first tip was to be coachable but not to be gullible. And this really means that other people truly do not know what your circumstances are, but other people truly do have important information to share with you, and they may be a lot further along in a certain goal that you have than you are, and they may have some real insights to share with you and real wonderful options to lay out in front of you. But you need to be discerning about the information. Don't just accept something because it sounds good. You need to test out, something could be technically true, like, dairy is bad for you and giving it up would improve your health, but for whatever reason, psychologically, you may not be willing to make the change that they are suggesting. So you really need to be coachable, but not gullible. And the second tip I gave in my previous video was to do your research, but to maintain balance. It really is wonderful to get excited about a topic and to really, research it and get obsessed with it if you're having fun with it and it's serving you. But sometimes we can get a little bit overzealous about something and actually drive ourselves nuts and harass ourselves, really. I did that a little bit when I was contemplating going 100% raw. And, really where I'm at in life is I'm not even 100% convinced that it's the best thing to do. And I simply wasn't ready. So research kind of turned into more of an obsession. So it's good to back down when you kind of realize you're at that point. But do the reading, read the China study, look at people's blogs and, ask questions and that type of thing. But stay in control of the information that you take in. So now I'd like to talk about the third tip, which is actually really key. It is to test your limits, but to not harass yourself. And what I mean by this is you really don't know how hard or easy something will be for you to adopt, like giving up dairy or, stop eating at McDonald's or stop drinking soda or whatever it is that you think you want to do, either for ethical reasons or to help your health, or really it's usually both that it ends up helping. So the thing is, I see cases where people can assume that some guru who said, oh, well, it took me 10 years to go vegan. Then they assume, oh my God, it takes 10 years to go vegan. Because this person who's so wonderful and has had it all together, it took them a long time. So it will certainly take me a long time. You really don't know. You don't know why it took them so long, what their resistance was. It might not, you may be very willing to give something up that you've been doing all your life, but when you actually try something else or try the absence of whatever it is, you're surprised by how easy it is. But if you never test the limit in the first place, you won't know, you won't find out. It was actually a lot easier for me to largely give up dairy than I thought it would be. But I did maintain some dairy, like goat cheese for a while, and that worked out great for me. But had I not tested that limit, I would have not known that I could really do it. And part of what was really motivating is when I started really cutting it down, the improvements in my health were staggering. I mean, they were really great. I just love not getting sick as often as I used to, I've got to say. But it was even beyond that. I didn't even feel like I had to have it or anything like that. I developed other tastes, and I'm not suffering from not eating dairy, put it that way. But the other part of that is I didn't harass myself either. Again, I think I gave the example of in my previous video about eating a little bit of goat cheese with pasta. Had I absolutely harassed myself and made a big issue of going 100% vegan before I was ready to do that, may have backfired on me and slowed down my entire process to go vegan. And I will talk about my journey going vegan. And, you know, it wasn't a straight shot there, I'll tell you that. I'll talk about that more in a future video. But I just really wanted to kind of start out. I'm new here to this channel and to YouTube, and I really wanted to start kind of with a couple videos just about the mindset of making any kind of changes. So again, just to summarize, you know, test your limits, but don't harass yourself. Realize that, you know, something may be much harder for you to adopt than it is for someone else. Just because I had a really easy time with dairy doesn't mean you will. So be open to that. But you're going to find some great surprises. If you test yourself, I guarantee there's something that isn't serving you in the food department that will be easier for you to give up than you realize. So again, be coachable but not gullible. Do your research but maintain balance. And test your limits, but don't get on your case, okay? So until next time, you know, keep with me, and I promise to keep putting out great information. Okay, bye-bye.